There may have been nerves, he may have overlooked him, he may have even had a panic attack. But I think we all know that the main reason why Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. was to do with his inherent flaws as a fighter that Ruiz was able to fully exploit. If Joshua is going to give himself the best chance of possibly winning this upcoming rematch, he really needs to tend to those flaws. And here are what I think are the top 3 main issues. Number 1, clinching. If Joshua had had this most basic survival tool in his repertoire, he may not have tasted his first ever defeat. A good clinch forces a pause in the action. It allows you to lean all your weight on the opponent. You rest while they work. Certainly it would with Joshua being so much taller than Ruiz. It forces them to reset. It creates something of a speed bump in their tactical flow, and if done enough, it can frustrate and really get them off their game. Lennox Lewis, of course, used to do a lot of leaning on shorter opponents, just draping those 250 pounds on them, annoy him a bit, back off, then back to the jab. Anthony Joshua doesn't necessarily have to go grab a mere clinch go on Andy Ruiz in this rematch. It may not even be the best idea as well to do it so frequently, because Ruiz with those shorter arms is going to look to hack away at the body. But certainly if he finds himself in a hairy situation again, he has got to know how to lock him down. Number 2, be busier and more creative with the jab. This is actually something trainer Rob McCracken was asking of Joshua, I should say pleading with him to do in between rounds. He was saying, come on Josh, be busier with the jab. Joshua's jab though has never really been that great. Any times it's ever really been praised at all, maybe against the Brazil or Parker, it was done against kind of docile opponents, and it's more of an intermittent jab. Joshua is more of a destroyer than a boxer, so he doesn't have the kind of jab that's designed just to keep you at bay. It's normally used as like a targeting device to find out where you are, and then going in with his right hand and his left hook. He has got to try and use it more as a get away from me jab in this instance, because he was not making the best use at all of the natural physical advantages he has over Ruiz. You saw him tinkering with his posture. He didn't know whether to lean down at times, and then he was sort of like reflex actions trying to stand up straight like that, going, should I box him like this? He didn't know what he was doing in there. He has got to try. He's never going to have a Lennox Lewis jab, but he's got to try and drop at the shoulder a bit more, flick it, be busier with it, vary it, do some feints before throwing it, because Ruiz's head movement was offsetting it and making him miss. Try and be a little bit more creative with it, otherwise Ruiz is going to be able to get inside much easier again. And number 3, don't load up. This one may prove the most difficult to correct. In a way, it goes against what Joshua is as a fighter, what the statistics say with the knockouts, and what his body says physiologically, how he's designed. Joshua is a fighter who goes in to destroy the target, but in doing so, especially when he gets you hurt as we saw, he can put himself in no man's land. Now also, something kind of worryingly, was at the end of the second round, he even acknowledged, he said that Ruiz was trying to catch him on the counter with the left hook. Yeah, maybe pressure to perform after he hurt him. Nonetheless, he went sailing in after that knockdown and put himself in that position to be hurt. He did get him with a big right hand, but he loaded up too much and his boxing was nowhere. He was right in his range and just hoping that he got there first and hardest. He can't fight like that now. Not that he knows how tough Ruiz is and how composed he is under fire. Joshua has to work with that more varied jab. Look to maybe walk him on to the right hand. But even if he pings him good and even if he hurts him, he has got to train it into himself to just have more economical bursts, boom, and then move away and keep it long. Look to bust him up, not take him out. Otherwise, it could be another whoopsie-daisy.